time since I've been on here, but I'm ready. I'm committed. So, my name is Shyla Massey. I am the owner of Glistening July, where we specialize in all things hospitality. I absolutely love to travel, and I specialize in like trying foods in different countries, going to restaurants, having dining experiences. Lately, I've been trying to go to Michelin star restaurants or street food vendors to try their food. I do not eat beef or pork, so that's by preference. Um, I just don't eat it. When I was younger, I used to get cramps in my stomach from eating beef, and so I decided to just take that out my diet altogether. So I do not eat beef or pork, but I do love to travel. And this year for my birthday, I was supposed to go on a road trip like through all of the New England states. If you're new here, I have 11 states left. I have Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Maine, North Dakota, Idaho, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Portland, Oregon. Let me get that straight because I'll say Portland and Portland, the city, Washington, and Hawaii. So those are the 11 states that I have left. It was my goal to finish them up. So for my birthday, instead of going out of the country this year, like I normally do, I was going to do a road trip through the New England states. So I have looked at some YouTube video. No, I haven't, because YouTube videos are typically too long for me. I've kind of skimmed through them. I've skimmed through the shorts. I've looked at some TikTok videos. I've looked at some Instagram reels, things that are just very short. I will be looking at destination marketing organizations, so DMOs. So those are the people whose responsibility is to highlight what to do and what not to do in a city, a region, and a state. And so that is my last stop. I do know that when I do this road trip for my birthday, I am going to drive. Now, I have been to Massachusetts for the New England states, but I have not been to Martha's Vineyard. So one of the stops that I was going to make for the day. So I'm literally going to get there first thing in the morning and take the boat over to Martha's Vineyard. Oak Bluffs is the first destination. Hello, Ronald Ronald Lover. Hello, Copa. So I'm going to take the boat over to Martha's Vineyard, get off at Oak Bluffs, and I'm going to stay there for the day. I do know that I need to rent a bike, so I'm going to rent a bike. I'm going to leave my car at the dock. Thank you so much, Ronald Lover. And I am going to then, you know, ride the bus because I hear it's free transportation in the summertime. Hello, Ranch 6741. And make sure you follow. Make sure you follow. If you like to travel, make sure you follow this channel. I talk about nothing but travel. Every video that you see is a place that I've traveled to. And recently, a gentleman asked me, he's like, how do you get to travel so much? Well, it's because I love to travel, right? Everybody have their preferences on things that they like to do. Some people like to cook. Some people like to collect pennies. Some people like to crochet. I like to travel. So if it's between going to a concert or traveling, I'm going to travel. Okay? I just want you to know that. I'm going on a trip. I'm going to have an experience. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Every video you see is my video. I've recorded it with my phone. I have not taken it from someone else. I have not asked someone else for their video. Ronald Lover, you said you had a answer, so go ahead with your question because I don't know. So I'm going to Martha's Vineyard, and I'm only going for the day because I've already been to Massachusetts. I have not been to Connecticut. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to go to Connecticut. Like, do I drive to Connecticut first? Should I fly and then take the train up to Connecticut and rent a car in Connecticut? Like, I'm like really trying to figure this out. And I know that I want to end in Maine, but the way from where I live in Ohio, I would have to go through New York. I'll go through Syracuse. And then when I go through Syracuse, I could be right in Vermont, or there's a piece. Okay, that's no problem. So there's a piece that could take me down into Massachusetts, or I could go up in Vermont. So I think I want to go up in Vermont and then down and then go into New Hampshire and then go into Maine. But I do know that I'm going to the Lobster Festival that's in May. That I do know. Because and then I know I'm going to Acadia National Park, but I'm kind of confused. Do I go to Acadia National Park? Do I do more research to see when I'm going to see the Northern Lights? So I have that experience seeing the Northern Lights, because there's a part of Acadia National Park that I did research on that you can see the Northern Lights. You see them in Alaska. So I've been in Alaska in the summertime where it never gets dark, and I think that's a beautiful experience, and I highly recommend an Alaskan cruise. Pretty much it's around 60 degrees, 65, and sometimes it rains in Alaska. So I do recommend that if you've never done Alaska, you have to do it by a cruise, and there are different cruises. So there are, hi, L. Matthews, how are you today? So there are pieces of the cruise, like when you do an Alaska cruise, you can do it where you're all the way at the top near the Northern Lights, or you can do it closer towards, what is that city? Vancouver. So you can do it closer to Vancouver. Yes, could you please subscribe to the channel? If you're new here, please, because is that your name on YouTube? Ronald Lover 123? Metab 13K? Is that your? Okay, so you stopped my story because I was paying attention to you, but that's okay. So everybody's like, well, are you going to spend like 2 months? No, I'm not spending no 2 months um, in the New England states. I'm going to spend about a week, and I'm just going to drive around. Because when I go to a state and I say I've been to a state, I've literally driven through the whole state. So like I have a trip planned for Idaho that I kind of like invited myself on, because I know someone who was going already. I am Strawberry Guy. No, I don't watch soccer. I'm not like watching the soccer games or anything, but I'm pretty sure you'll keep me aware of that. And so I am going to drive. When you drive through a state, you just get to see the beauty of the state. You get to go at your leisure. It's not a touchdown here and then go. And when I go to Idaho, one of the things that I want to do is go whitewater rafting. So I'm like really excited about that, because it'll still be summer when I go to Idaho. And I'm just concerned. There was a death in my family, and now I have to go. Hello. Romira. Is it Romira Coleman? Did I say that right? If I didn't, my apologies. But hello, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you comment, you like, and subscribe to Glistening July, where we specialize in all things hospitality. We provide like experiences in other countries. I don't know how to say it. Thank you so much, Des Pink. I used this collagen mask today, and I think it worked, but I'm not for sure. But water and vitamins will do the trick too, because I look at plenty of pictures with me taking water and vitamins, and it just works. So yes, are you a soccer fan? So I'm not a soccer fan, so I have not been traveling around following people on soccer, but I'm like so excited about going to these New England states, because if I hit Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, that knocks my list down to 7 more states that I have to go. So this summer, if I hit Idaho, I'm down to 6, and I'm so like it just feels good to be able to say I've traveled to all 50 states. And I know. So what's my favorite country? If you want to know the truth, I really love the United States. I know that may be biased because I'm from here, but I think the United States is such a beautiful country. There's something in the United States for everyone. We have beaches, we have hot weather, we have cold weather, we have hoodoos. We have the largest collection of hoodoos in North America. We have white sand beaches down in the Gulf of Mexico. Years ago, around 2017, I know before COVID, I went to a gold sand beach on Coronado. I go every time I go to San Diego, and the sand is not gold anymore, but I remember when it was, and I took pictures of it. There's just something for everyone. We have forests, we have national parks. It's just something for everyone. I have spent a lot of time in Asia, but I think that's more so because I have um for business, or just it's just been very inexpensive to travel to Asia. I did not like Canada's airport. I've been to the airport in Vancouver, and I've been to the one in Toronto. So those were the two that I didn't. It seemed like it was chaotic, like there was no order. But that's just my personal opinion. That doesn't mean that I don't like Canada. I've flown out of Canada several times to get to a destination because I could only go out certain days of the week when I was in um, the United States. So I do. I've traveled to Canada. Would I go to Canada? I've been in Niagara Falls, Canada. I've been in Niagara Falls, United States. But I have spent a lot of time, I would say, with my current passport in Asia. I can. Oh, you live in British Columbia. Okay, that's where Vancouver is, correct? Ronald Lover 123. So I like to travel. I like to meet new people. I like to have conversations. I like to try new things. I like to try Michelin star restaurants, whether it is a street food vendor or an actual restaurant that you have to sit down and eat at. I would like to go back to Singapore and have that experience again. Ronaldo or Messi? I don't know. My last name is Massey, so I'm going with Messi. You get the joke? I have a sense of humor too. You didn't laugh, Ronald Lover 123. What's up with that? But yes, so I am I am going on a road trip. So have you ever been on a road trip before? And if you have, where did you go? What were you doing? Where did you stay? Like, tell me in the comments. Like, I've done a lot of road trips. If I've done 39 road trips. I can honestly say that in my lifetime. Done 39 road trips because of where I live at. So I have to go through from state to state to state. And I'm one of those people, when I go on a road trip, I literally, if I see something I want or I see something I'm interested in, I will stop. I will stop. I will take pictures. At one point, we were taking pictures when we stopped in the state, and you see the state signs as you're entering. So I was trying to collect the state signs to show people, like, no, I've been to this state. So, like, I've been to Montana, I've been to Wyoming, I've been to South Dakota, I've been to, yeah, I will never go to Wyoming again unless somebody takes me with them and we're like flying into Jackson Hole, maybe to go skiing or something like that. But I'm not just going to Wyoming and hiking. I did think Wyoming was beautiful. Like when you drive from the Tetons and you're going back east, it's like the color of the hills or the rock formations. It's just really, really beautiful. So if you've never seen that, I would highly recommend that. What pictures? Oh, so if you look, Ramira Coleman. So if you look on, like, through the shorts, all of those videos are videos that I've taken. I've taken them while I was on vacation. What sport? What sport? What do you mean? What do you mean, Ronald Lover? What's your favorite sport? Basketball. I have paid a pretty penny for basketball. So that's my favorite. What about you? What's your favorite sport? I take it as soccer. Am I correct? Am I saying your name right, Romira? Is it Romira Coleman? Am I saying your name right? Make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you love to travel, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Should I go live as I'm traveling through the New England states? Oh, you like Ramira? You like, okay, you like soccer? Should I go live? Do you think people would be interested in, like, seeing just the landscapes? Because a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm not driving, I'm going to fly. So they fly into a city and they fly out. Yes? Okay. But I got to be doing something. Like, I was thinking about picking blueberries in May. I thought that would be cool. And then I saw this lady. She does glamping. Oh, thank you, Ronald Lover 123. I think you're cool too. Anything that you do and other people like it or you enjoy doing it, and everybody out there will be like, oh, that's so cool. I mean, I say that to people all the time because it's the fact that you're passionate about something that you do. Like, I just went to Bethesda, Maryland, and I've been watching this guy on the internet, and he's like, what's your dream? And the truth be told, I was like, I would love to have a tour of the Marriott. Like, I want to go to their corporate offices in Bethesda, Maryland, and I want a tour and I want to partner with the Marriott. Like, I want them to pay me to go to their hotels and give honest reviews. Like, non-biased. Like, this is just what I thought, right? So that they can work with their franchisees to make sure that they are embodying the principles of Marriott. And people will never know this, but I've sat through the Marriott's 2-day orientation. Prior to COVID, I've looked at their orientation materials. I've sat through the whole training. Deshaun Scott, hello, how are you? I am old enough to have 4 children, and two of them are probably your age or around your age. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. We talk about all things travel related, hospitality, what have you. So if I could do anything, I would love to travel the world. Like, just travel the world, tell people about other people that I met that I thought were cool, tell them about my experiences, who I was able to meet, like, to just tour the Marriott offices. Like, I've always known that they were in Bethesda, Maryland, but to actually like be there and see them from the 16th floor and to drive past it and to see the black car out front waiting for someone, I was like, oh my goodness, my dream would be to just the Marriott invite me to their corporate headquarters and offer me a brand deal. Like, we want you and your family to represent the Marriott. We want you to go around and tell others about how great of a brand we are. Like, we want you to talk about our history and our culture and why you are a supporter of our brand. Because believe it or not, Marriott is like a lot of different places. And if I can't get into a Marriott, I always settle for a Hilton. I don't know why. Yes, I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to Puerto Rico when I was 19. I went to Puerto Rico again. When I was old. So I think I've been to Puerto Rico 2 times. The first time was my favorite time in Puerto Rico. The food was excellent. When I say excellent, it was excellent. It was the best food I ever had in my life. And then when I went back the second time, I was kind of shocked because I didn't really like how it didn't look beautiful anymore. And people were telling me it was because of the hurricane that came to the country and just ravaged the whole country, or the island, I should say island, because it is a territory of the United States. But I think Puerto Rico is beautiful. I've always thought that. Hello, Ronald Lover. And I would highly recommend that for anyone who's never gone to Puerto Rico. The food, the people, the culture. It's just a shocker to me when I go to a country, especially when it's a U.S. territory, and I can't put toilet tissue in the toilet, and they have the trash cans on the side. I don't like that. And I think as a country, the United States, we need to provide Puerto Rico with the resources so that they operate with the same standards that we operate here in the United States. We don't put toilet tissue in toilets. And there are some countries who do that, but in the United States, we don't do that. And so why would a territory that we control not have the capabilities of having facilities to offer water or septic? I don't even know. It's like a water processing facility. Like, why are we not offering that same? Why, I remember seeing, is it Bad Bunny? Correct me if I'm wrong. When he did the Super Bowl, is it Bad Bunny who did the Super Bowl? And he showed the people going up on the poles, and they were basically trying to get the electricity to work. Why are we having people who know? Like, why is a territory of ours known. You know what? I'm not gonna get political on here, but that kind of like, I'm like, what are you talking about? They don't have power in Puerto Rico sometimes. Like, oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. But make sure you subscribe to this channel. Since y'all told me that y'all want me to go live when I go on my road trip, I'm gonna go live on my road trip. I'm like really excited about that. Again, if you're just tuning in, I'm doing a road trip for my birthday. There was a recent death in my family, so I'm not really for sure if I'm gonna be able to go during my birthday week or not. But I will be going to Connecticut, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, those 4 places, and then I'm going to Idaho this summer too. So I'm excited about Idaho. Idaho. I'm not going to probably eat a lot of potatoes. You get the joke? But I am going whitewater rafting on the Salmon River. I will be doing that. I will be doing whitewater rafting. That has been a dream of mine since I was in my 20s. I am doing a Category 3 whitewater rafting experience. So I'm excited about that. And I am going to buy a GoPro so I can capture everything. Like, I want to capture everything. I want to capture my facial expression, my words. I'm praying that I don't get knocked out the boat because I probably will be the only black person in the boat. No, I do not know the Trench family. That I have no idea who they are. But make sure you subscribe to this channel. Every video you see on this channel is a video filmed by me at a place that I have visited. Sometimes I go with my children. Sometimes I don't go with my children. I like to travel. I am at the stage where I do one-day trips. Yes, I randomly get on a plane and I go to California for the day and sit at the beach for a majority of the day. Is it a blessing? Yes, it is. But again, I would like to partner with the Marriott. I could partner with any airline company except for Frontier. Do I fly all airline companies? Yes, I do. I do not have a preference, but I will say my last time I was on Delta, they was top tier. They took it a step above United and a step above American. I can honestly say that. I was very impressed with the level of service that Delta provided. Do all of the airlines provide excellent service? What is that? How do you say that? MEHTAB13K. Tell me how you say that. Can you phonetically sound it out for me? So make sure you subscribe to this channel if you like to travel. I think my children are way cooler than me. I mean, they get to do things I never did at their age. I think they are lit. I think they have interesting lives. They are on YouTube. They are on TikTok. My kids are, but I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about my road trip to the New England states that's coming up relatively sooner than later. And I'm going to take you along on a journey. I need to do some more research. Like, I really need to reach out to these destination marketing organizations and see what they would recommend. A lot of people, all they talk about in Massachusetts and Maine is the lobster. The lobster. But I will tell you, I've been to Jamaica, and it's this man called Fireman Pit, and he has you pick the lobster out, and then he cuts it right in front of you, and he seasons it with garlic and butter. That is the best lobster I ever had. Like, I could literally eat 2 to 3 of those lobsters because they are so delicious. And he grills them, right? And so my expectation when I go to Maine into this lobster fest, like, I want some garlic on my lobster, in my butter, on a lobster. I need some seasonings. I need some herbs, some seasonings on my lobster. Like, I just want to have an excellent experience. So I'm all for the lobster. I'm all for this experience. It looks like I'm going by myself because everybody's like, well, why don't you go in the fall? I don't want to go in the fall because my birthday's not in the fall. My birthday's in the summer. That's when I want to go. That's when I'm going. I'm going with or without you. It's just that simple. Could I spend one day in a city? Yeah, but I probably would like to spend 2 days in each. I mean, not a city, but states. I would like to spend 2 days so I can see everything. Like, because I don't know when I'm going to go back. I do know I am going once to Martha's Vineyard. I do know that. I want that experience, and I want to go to Oak Bluffs. I do. I want that experience. It does not have to be in August, but it looks like it may be in August, and I may be going just for the day. And I know it's going to be overcrowded. I will have some decorum about myself. Okay? I'm going to have some decorum about myself because I'm in Martha's Vineyard. But so I won't be loud, and I definitely don't drink. I don't need no alcohol to turn up. I just don't drink. But yeah, that is my plan. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Go through the videos. Watch the videos. I need to post some more long form videos. Like, I have all of this content in my phone from years ago. When I say years ago, I mean years ago. I have tons of content. I even found content from when I took my trip, my road trip from Ohio all the way to Yellowstone. I drove. I drove from Ohio to Yellowstone. And that's how I was able to go to Nebraska. We ate at this restaurant. I think there are only like 3 in the country. And later that year, I went to Austin, Texas, because the same restaurant is there. And I was like, oh, yeah, I learned about your restaurant because I had it when I was in Nebraska. Your oysters were delicious. And the lady was like, you've been to our restaurant in Nebraska? I said, yes. I've been to your restaurant in Nebraska because they do this, they do that. And she was like, oh, you really have been in Nebraska. It's very rare we see someone in Austin who's been to our restaurant in Nebraska. I said, well, that's why I came to this one, because I've been to the one in Nebraska. It's in Omaha, Nebraska. It's in downtown Omaha, Nebraska. And me and my children, we had our foot in Iowa and Nebraska at the same time because there's a bridge that goes over this lake and you can take your picture in both locations. So I did that with my children. And we used to go to landmarks within the city and just take photos. I wonder if I have any of those. I know I have Montana. I know I have Chicago. So, sometimes they'll say the state, sometimes they'll say the city. I am short. I am very, very short. That's what you need to know. Somebody keeps taking their like away. They add a like, then take it away. But make sure you subscribe to this channel, Glistening July. We specialize in all things travel related. Hospitality, food. I need to post more. I really do need to post at least videos that are at least 8 minutes long. So you see everything that we do. And it's so interesting because I normally only have time at the end of the day to get on here. Lately, I've been eating pho. Actually, I think I may go to the restaurant today and get some pho. Just go sit down and eat real quick because I didn't make it at home. And the one I had in Vietnam, I really liked. It was a chicken pho. I didn't like these spring rolls. That was at Vietnam. But make sure you subscribe to this channel if you like to travel. Make sure you follow me for more videos. Make sure you like this video in particular. Make sure you tell your friends, hey, right? Someone is liking and then they take it away. They like it and then they take it away. Somebody doing that, but that's okay. Everybody's not for everybody, but I thank you for those who came on to see me today and to hear me talk about my desire to work with Marriott. And that's going to happen. Yes, somebody is liking and then taking a like away. Yeah, they are. I see that. But that's okay. That's okay. I do appreciate those people who did like. I really do. But my desire is to work with Marriott. Exclusively work with Marriott. Not exclusively, because you have to diversify in business. But it is to work with them and a travel company like Expedia or Skyscanner. Now, Skyscanner, yes. I could work with them too because I use them all the time. I could be just a spokesperson for them. I don't even book a flight unless I use Skyscanner. That is the best kept secret. It's not really a secret, but I use Skyscanner all the time. When I say all the time, I book a flight. The way I book my flights is based off of what Skyscanner says. I don't look at any other company. I don't go to Expedia. I look at what Skyscanner says, and then I go to that company who Skyscanner says was the cheapest, and I get my flight from that company. because you don't get the luxury of having the airline help you if you go through a third party. You only get the luxury of the airline helping you if you go directly through the airline. So that's just a little tip for you, and to let your parents know or whoever books your tickets for you, that if you go through a third party to book your ticket and you don't book your ticket directly through the airline, they're not helping you if the flight gets canceled. They're going to tell you need to call the person who you booked your flight through. So that's why I don't use book through third party apps such as Expedia or oh, okay. Do you travel a lot with your family? Ramira Coleman. You travel a lot with your family. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Should I do how-to videos on how to like book a flight? Because I only book flights Sunday morning and on Tuesdays. You're 11, Ronald Lover 123. Oh, okay. I will have to think about that. All right, so I've been on here for 31 minutes. I thank you all who came in, who tuned in, who subscribed to the channel. But I got to go because I'm about to go get some, how you say it, pho? Pho? How you say it? Correct me. Did I say it right? Pho, pho, fee, pho. Don't leave me. I got to go, Ramira. But make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go through and binge watch all my videos. I have several playlists of different countries. All right, take care. No!